Hello everybody, I'm Suzanne. I am in the cemetery and I've been practicing gratitude and mindfulness for a few months. I've been doing inner healing and shadow work for the past 3 months, really going in deep and healing myself within. And I'm in the cemetery and it's one of the most peaceful places within my village. Now, I used to do cleaning videos and I stopped doing that, and I occasionally put up videos from bands that I see. My most recent one was Looks That Kill with my friends Scott and Mark and Mickey, giving them a shout out. So we're going to do something in the cemetery that I've always wanted to do, that's out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to attempt it today. The weather's still good, the clouds look a little dark, I will show you a view in a second, and it's supposed to thunder later. We've had a lot of thunderstorms within the past week, some of them very dangerous. And those of you who know me know I love a good thunderstorm. I'm going to flip the camera around. There are the clouds. They're beautiful today. And I found a stone that I want to etch with my wax paper. We're going to walk over to it. I'm in the center part of the cemetery. It's a very big one. If I do the full circle, it's about a mile long. I'm only doing the half side of the circle today because I don't know when it's going to start raining. I don't mind getting caught in it. I'll just walk in it. And if it starts thundering, that just makes it more joyful. And I'll stand on my porch and I'll take videos of the thunder as it claps and rolls through. I love vibing with the storms. I will no longer be doing cleaning videos, and I apologize for that. I just don't have the time. I am working part-time. I absolutely love my job. Got 2 more years of college with my oldest, and 2 more years of high school with my youngest. This stone struck my fancy as I was walking in. I spotted it from the beginning of the trail, and it looks like it's collecting moss. So we're on the north side. The last name is Bront. I'm going to see if I can read the date. 1843. They were born. I love looking at tombstones. My friend and I walk through all the time. Some of the streets in my village are named after some of the people buried, like Haberway, Van Buren, and Hudson. Hudson named after Henry Hudson, who discovered my village. His body was never found. For this project that I always wanted to do, you'll need wax paper and a good rock. And then find a tombstone and a cemetery that doesn't mind you hanging out in it. I'll also be meditating while I'm outside vibing with the wind as it picks up and the storm comes in. It's getting windy out, so you want to etch with the rock and hold on to the paper as best as you can. And I don't think that's going to work too well. And I suggest you bring some masking tape so you can tape your paper down so you don't have to hold it. This is the first time I've ever done this. You don't want to do it too hard and shred the paper. And then you just rub the wax paper up against the stone. The train going to Manhattan, it's making a sound appearance in the video here. I'm going to be going to Manhattan again at the end of the month, next weekend. I'm so excited. And I noticed this says 12 for December, and it's 1848 to February 19... read the last part. I think it says 63. The wax paper's from the Dollar Tree. It's not really working as well as I would hoped. My rock may be a little too heavy too. I'm going to look for a better stone. Something that's not so raised up. B must stand for baby. This one looks like a neat headstone. Last name Small, 1874. John Small. And there's another really neat one in the back over here. The wax paper should pick it up like a tattoo, but it really isn't. $18.78. Look at the etching on it. Must be family members. This one's really cool. Porter. (1842, 1923). George Porter. Look at that symbol. That is really cool. I wonder what it means. Maybe I'll send a picture to Google. Sounds like somebody's in the cemetery with me. Yep, a car pulled in. I could hear the radio. The wind's starting to pick up and the clouds are getting dark. And I'm going to see about getting some stronger wax paper to try this again. And look into this a little more. You're supposed to be able to use like a rock, nothing too heavy, and any kind of ordinary wax paper to etch the stone. The wind is starting to pick up and the clouds are getting dark. If anyone knows what these symbols mean, his name is George Porter. And there's another very cool symbol that might be a fleur, I can't tell, or maybe a lotus. George is the name of royalty. Look at this really tall stone with an urn on the top. Last name's Harder. Looks like it's 1831 in January. Last name Harder. Annette. Wow, she must have been someone of prominence. Look at the beautiful etchings. More symbols. All the way to the top, it looks like someone in a dress dancing with an urn on their head. Like an Egyptian almost. That is so cool. So I'm disappointed that the wax paper didn't work on the tombstones, and I've seen many people do it and etch it right onto the tombstones. So kind words, please. Any suggestions on what I should use or a special type of wax paper so I can attempt to do a video on it, and I'll make sure I have some kind of tape. And I don't want to damage the stone, so something that can easily peel off, nothing that's going to be too sticky, so I can have my hands free and etch one of the tombstones. I'd like to do the George Porter one because of those very cool symbols on them. And that other lady's tomb, the real tall one, is too tall, but the lady in the skirt and the symbol reminded me of an Egyptian with the urn or a basket on their head as they're walking. I gotta get used to camera angles again. I'll put up a video a couple times a month. In September I'll have another concert to add. I go to a couple a year. Been really enjoying doing my inner healing and shadow work. And a friend of mine from high school said that I have changed. That's like the highest of compliments. I've lost 114 pounds. I've gotten over depression, obesity, and self-sabotage. Those are huge compliments. And I've learned to love myself. This is such a pretty cemetery. There's a heart-shaped one in the middle. And there's one that's a sailboat too. He was in some kind of armed forces. I might try this one because it doesn't look like it's that really deep. The person's name is Phoebe. And I think it's Schubert. There's moss growing on it. So I'm on the north side of the cemetery. And very cool symbols. Some that are worn off. These must have been people of prominence. Well, the wind is starting to pick up, and the train just headed towards Manhattan. It was coming up earlier. It goes all the way to the Rensselaer train station in Rensselaer, New York, which is about a hop, skip, and a jump, 10 minutes from here. I'm going to say goodbye. I hope everybody has a great day and a great summer. Always practice gratitude and mindfulness. And have a fantastic day. Get out there and enjoy whatever you have right in front of you, even if it's a local cemetery. Don't forget to subscribe.